on the site, but I just recently wrote an article about Pokemon Snap, which is a very random game that came out in like 1999, but it's just something that I had on my mind because I thought about the game and I was just like, there's no other game. So the game is about taking pictures of Pokemon in their natural habitats. And you're on this like kind of roller coaster ride just going through and you're snapping pictures. I thought it was really interesting because no other game has ever come out like that.
People love it too.
Yeah.
It's a very popular game.
And so and I think it really is a one-of-a-kind game for a couple of reasons. One is because there hasn't been too many picture-taking games. Like, it's been a mechanic in a game, but there's never been a game just for taking pictures. There's never been like that kind of safari game. And another thing that I really liked about it is that, Pokemon is all about capturing these creatures inside those little balls and using them to battle and to train and do all this stuff. But Pokemon Snap was really about capturing them in their natural habitat, which is kind of an interesting thing because back in the early 90s, I'm dating myself here, is that whenever we had Pokemon, we had the not so great artwork in the 2D Game Boy games.
Yeah.
And then we had the anime. And each one of those I found was like very limited and in controlled environments.
Yeah.
And so like Pokemon Snap was really something that allowed us to get as close as possible to these creatures. And it's the one game that kind of like allowed us to like kind of just see them in their natural habitat for the first time rather than in anime, which is like controlled, you can only see what the animators are showing.
You only watch anime.
And like Pokemon Snap is the same, like the developers, put it the way they want you to see it, but it was still like just really cool to be that up close and personal with these creatures that we like kind of came to love and stuff. I know as a kid, I dreamed of Pokemon like being real one day. I was just like, I remember reading a book and it said like scientists are working on real Pokemon right now. And as a kid, I'm just like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Obviously, this is real.
Now that I think about it, experimenting on animals and making them fight each other is probably a bad idea. But
have you seen that picture where it's like sleeping with a Pikachu is really cute, and it's like sleeping with Machamp? That's weird as hell. that's what I feel like. You think of Pokemon being real, it's like, that's the best, that's a dream, but like, some people are going to get real weird with Pokemon.
It's also crazy, like, if you were to put a Rattata against a Machamp, like, you would just rip it in half.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see that side of Pokemon.
Snorlax just like falling on a Nidoran and just killing it.
Like, you would low kick it and it's just like paralyzed, and you're like, oh my God, like, you don't see the violence of Pokemon. And what food do they eat in that show? Like, it's gotta be Pokemon. Like, there's no, like, normal.
They're cannibalized!
Like, they have to eat Pokemon. Like, what else would
they
eat?
Pokemon food, like dog food.
I know, but it's gotta be other
in the
Pokemon.
wild.
Like,
what are wild?
I'm sure they're
Pokemon
breeding,
eating?
like, Pidgeotos and, like, having, like, chicken fingers and
stuff. Oh
stuff.
my God.
Like, I don't know. Just a thought.
It's like, have you ever watched BoJack Horseman?
I have, yeah.
Where they have, like, the animals and then, like, the non-domesticated... Like, have you seen the chicken episode? Where there's, like, chickens, but then there's the wild chickens that they eat? That's so weird.
It is so weird.
I don't want to think about it.
So one great thing about Pokemon Snap is it provided me my greatest gaming moment of all time.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I know it's the most random game and it's the most random thing, but this is literally the greatest gaming moment.
Okay.
So my favorite Pokemon is actually Mew because it was one of the most mysterious things. Like, rumors around the playground were like swirling the whole time.
Yeah.
You're like, apparently there's this Pokemon in the game, but you can't actually get it. It doesn't make sense. So Niantic actually used Mew as a... so it was in the game, but you couldn't get it. So what they would do is like basically come out to our events and we'll unlock it for you. And you get it was a promotional Pokemon, yeah.
Wow.
And so it's one of those things that's it's this mythical, legendary, really strong Pokemon that's cute as hell that's like stuck in this game, but you can't actually get it. There's so many rumors like surfing over to a truck and pushing it over and finding Mew and like all this stuff. So it was just so mysterious. So like when you get into Pokemon Snap, you see Mew in its natural environment, and you're like, this is fantastic. And it only appears like really quick.
Yeah.
And so, like, as a kid, I think I was like 8 years old when the game came out. As a kid, you're just like, holy crap, there's that legendary Pokemon. I want to get a really good picture of it. And it goes and comes and goes and comes. And, like, you can't get a good picture of it because it's so fast. And so I just randomly, like, I'm going to hit it with something. So I started throwing things at it. And, like, it was just so far and so fast, you never be able. So it was pretty frustrating for me. But then I finally hit it. And I was just like, yes. But then it flew away again. And I was like, oh, God. And then I finally hit it, and then I hit it again, and then I hit it again, and then I was getting like closer. It stuns it, right? And so I finally get up really close, and I snap a picture of Mew, and it's like the nicest picture I've ever taken
my God.
of any Pokemon ever. I was like, that's the closest I've ever gotten to this legendary Pokemon. But that wasn't even the greatest part of it. So like later on that week, I was reading my friend's player's guide of Pokemon Snap, and there was like the world record for points for a picture of Mew. and I had actually a higher score than like the world record.
What?
Yeah, but like internet wasn't huge back then, and so like there's no way for me to like, hey, I've got a bigger score. So, but that was like personally like my favorite, like my greatest gaming moment, to get like the world record for that, to have my legendary Pokemon there, my favorite Pokemon.
That's
so,
funny.
It's weird that Pokemon Snap would provide me with my greatest gaming moment.
I have
It's so funny.
This is like one of mine, I guess I could say, and I always forget about this. I had a world record too in Mario Kart.
Really?
Mario Kart on the Wii. I had a fastest time trial in the world on like a Donkey Kong like mountain or something.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And like I was like probably 12 at the time.
And like it's one of those things that like nobody would believe you. Like,
Yeah.
Nobody like.
No, literally, I remember telling somebody once, and they were like, "Nah."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yes, I did."
But like personally, you're just like you feel so like victorious.
Yeah.
But like yeah. So if you guys have any greatest gaming moments, comment below. We'd love to hear about it. What is your like greatest gaming moment of all
Oh,
time?
I don't even. I'm trying to think. I don't know, man.
You don't know? That's fine. We'll save that for another time. You can come back for next podcast.
Oh, I remember one was my parents grounded me once, like when I was super young. No, like no.
Started off really good.
Um,
Okay. What'd you do?
I don't remember. I don't, probably like punched my brother or something.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
And you know they're like take away all my electronics, blah blah blah. But like I found where they hid my Game Boy,
Nice.
so I took it and I took it with me to school, thinking like, oh, they'll never notice it's gone. And on the bus, I beat Super Mario World
Nice.
for the Game Boy. They like ported it, right? And it was like the greatest moment ever. I was so happy that I beat it. Like I was like, yo, everyone check this out, I beat this game. We're pulling into like my driveway on the bus, right? And both my parents are standing there.
Oh,
Both
that's
of them
a
at the
bad
same
sign.
time.
Yeah.
That never happened.
That's a bad sign.
I get off the bus and like they're pissed. Like they knew I took the So it's not like
really?
it was great because I beat like this game that I could never like beat as a kid.
Yeah.
But
They're
then-
like spanking you. You're like, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Take out the belt. You're like, I don't even care.
Yeah.
It's worth it. That's amazing. I know that there was one time where same deal. I was not allowed to bring my Game Boy to school. So I think my parents were afraid of it getting stolen.
Yeah.
But I was like new to this school, and I noticed some kids were playing Pokemon. I was like, oh, I have that game too, and they were like, we don't believe you for some reason.
What?
I was like,
Everyone had Pokemon.
I was like, this is weird, but okay, I'll bring it tomorrow. It wasn't allowed. And so I brought it and I was playing it. And apparently my mom had to like go to the school that day to like
Oh
drop
my
something off.
God.
She found me in the playground just to like go see her kid. And she's like, oh, what are you doing? And I'm like playing my game. I'm like, Pokemon. She's like, oh, what Pokemon do you have? I was like, Charmit. Oh, God. She's like, oh, what are you doing there? It was like so embarrassing. But I made a lot of new friends that day. Actually, yeah, my best friend. So it was he ended up being my best friend throughout all of elementary school. Actually,
what a dick!
Yeah. It was
I don't
so
believe
funny.
you.
Yeah, it's so
Pokemon.